So here we go. I'm reading the last of this here. Additionally, Freedom only became up to date on her vaccinations just prior to starting school. That's not true. Number one, it's illegal to purge this affidavit. Number two, it is a highly irresponsible. You're being very highly unaccountable to file this paperwork, Nikki Reed. Nikki Reed, it is highly irresponsible to file this paperwork stating that I never had my daughter's vaccinations up to date until just before that she went to school, when I had these vaccinations for her school 1 year before, 12 months before. How can you just file this paperwork with zero evidence that it's true? That is egregious. That is prejudice. That means you took the word, the hearsay of this woman speaking to you with no audio tapes, no videotapes, no text messages, no screenshots, no pictures, no attached files, no evidence, no proof. This filing proves that you did it in a prejudiced, egregious manner, because it's highly irresponsible of you to file this paperwork stating that I only had my daughter vaccinated just before school when I did it a year before. The children have rarely seen a doctor or a pediatrician since. They don't go to the doctor when they're not sick, but I do take them to the doctor when they are sick. That's what you're supposed to do. I have never done anything more or less than the right thing for the best interest for my children, and that's when I've been under the eye of the court or not. As in before when I wasn't, or when I was, or when I wasn't again, or now if I may be, or even after this is done. I will never do anything for the children that is not in the best interest of the children, no matter who tells me to do so. Plaintiff stopped giving Freedom baby bottles 3 days prior to her 4th birthday. Well, that's incorrect, because it was 2 days before her 4th birthday. Now, considering that when you left her and abandoned her the first time, that she was 3.5, means you never bottle broke her either. Considering you were gone, the 54 days you were gone, means you didn't bottle break her during those 54 days either. Considering when you came back only for Christmas and New Year's and was gone, and 24 days later, means you didn't do it bottle break her then either. And by the time that you did come back again, when she was bottle broken, from 9 months of being apart, a whole, you know what I mean? It was 32 weeks. You can times that times 7 to get the number of days, but it was 32 weeks. You never bottle broke her. You never taught either of them anything. And I'm running short on time, so let me read on. You are the one guilty of not bottle breaking her. I am the one that bottle broke her. Plaintiff has applied 2 layers of plastic to the windows in the home of the fireplace to prevent red oxide dust from the planet that's going to hit the earth from entering the home. Although this is concerning for many reasons from a physical health standpoint, the home with the plaintiff and the children resides does not have central air. It's stifling over the summer. My home is not required to have central air. My home has 3 air conditioners, and a 4th one is going to be installed this year to continue the further the aid. But in my home, in my life, with my children, it's my air conditioners that I put in my windows. I put plastic around them to keep the heat out and the cool in. And in the wintertime in Ohio, the plastic is on the windows to keep the cold out and to keep the heat in. These are things that electric companies and gas companies request of their customers, and the governments of the world, let alone America, request of its citizens. They're not demands, they're requests, but I do them. So, let's continue on here. The fireplace, it keeps out birds, it keeps out bats, it keeps out bugs, it keeps out beetles, it keeps out insects, it keeps out moisture, it keeps out mold, it keeps out the cold, it keeps out the heat. Pretty smart. Plaintiff has told the children their mother is dead. The children are not aware that I am their mother. No, they're not aware that you're their mother. Because the last time they known you as mommy was 3 years ago. You know that they don't know you as mother because you came back as girl and left as girl after 39 days. You came back November 10th, 2018, and you left again December 18th, 2000. Whatever. Yeah, it was December 18th. The last time you left was December 18th. That was 2018. (2019). No, 2018. So the only thing that I've ever said is you left, because that's what you did. So where you go, I don't know. Are you at home? Maybe home. Are you at home? Maybe. Did you leave? Yes. Where are you? I don't know. That's all that I've ever said. But for this attorney, Nikki Reed, to file this paperwork, I find highly prejudiced and egregious against me and my children. For you to file this paperwork that I have told them that Haz is dead, because I've never said that Haz is dead. You have no evidence and no proof of this. So for her to purge this and you to file this means that you knew that this affidavit was purged by your client and filed it anyways, and that is egregious, and I demand that this case be dismissed with prejudice. In 2018, he spanked the children every night on multiple occasions, and I frequently confronted him about my concerns. The plaintiff would reply, "They're my children, I'll do what I want." That never happened. But I do have proof and evidence of what did happen, and I will show it. And it proves that this is the purged affidavit. Although I notified Stark County Jobs and Family Services to the concerns, they did not officially open a case. Yes, they came to my house, they inspected my children, and they said there's no cause for case. The police came here once by themselves, then I got a call from CPS, and then CPS and the police came here at the same time. They inspected my children and said there's no cause for case. So again, that's a lie on this purged affidavit. I'm very concerned for the welfare of my children. I believe it's in the best interest to be in my custody. Further afferent saith not. Further afferent saith not. And this is signed, and this is purged. It's a purged affidavit. I want a 5-year civil protection order to protect my children and myself from her and any third party of her family or any third party, period.